About 6 months ago, I ran a video explaining how to install Music Assistant, which seemed to be really popular with the audience. So now that Music Assistant version 2 is available, I thought I would show you how to install it. The great news about this version is that it's officially supported by Home Assistant. So if you previously had Home Assistant Music Assistant installed via HACS, you need to remove this. I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can click on it to install this add-on. Click the Show on Add-on and open the link. Now what we want to do is install the Music Assistant Server Beta. Now that it's installed, we can go Show in Sidebar, Watchdog, and Auto Update. There's no configuration required at this stage, so we'll go Start. We can check the logs to make sure that there's no errors being reported. Now you'll see that a notification has come up. Go along, check it out, and you'll see that we have Music Assistant here. So we'll go Add and we'll submit it. Now we need to set Music Assistant up. So the first thing we do is we go along to Music Assistant and we go into the settings. This little cog gets us into the settings. First thing we need to do is add plugin provider, and here we're going to select Home Assistant and save. Now we're going to go along and add a music provider. So I'm going to select Spotify. We go along here and we need to authenticate with Spotify. Allow Spotify to connect, agree, and go back to our Music Assistant. And there we go. We can now save. Now we need to set up a music player. I'm going to go Add Music Provider and I'm going to select Home Assistant Media Players. From here, you can see I've got a list of the devices that are already in my Home Assistant. So I'm going to select my SoundTouch media player as well as my TV at this stage. Now we can save that. So now that we've got everything set up, we can click the Home button and this will take us to the home page. So now you can see it's already pulling in a whole lot of albums, artists, and playlists from Spotify. It can also pull information from any local music servers on our network. The next thing we can do is go along to search. And I might want to search for Billy Idol, for example. So based off that search, we've got a whole list of tracks, artists, and albums, as well as playlists that we can select from. And if you wanted to, you could now take one of these tracks, for example, and you could either play it now, or you could add it to a queue and create a whole playlist within the system. Similarly, you could search directly under artists that we've looked at before. We can look at previous albums that we've used, previous tracks, as well as previous playlists. We also have access to radio. Now, in order to set up a radio station, all you do is you go plus here and you find the URL from a radio station that you may like to listen to. Here, for example, is Radio New Zealand National. All I do is I copy this link address, I go back and I paste the URL here into the system. It will find the radio station for me. I save it and it will now add that to a list of stations that you can now select from. So Music Assistant is a fantastic resource that you can use within Home Assistant to play music across your whole home. Anyway, that's all for now. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this comment, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.